First, it was tequila bottles left inside the new Air Force Ones in 2021, to the more recent problem when attempting to lift one of the planes, the jacks were unable to support the weight, and Boeing thought the aircraft had been damaged. And then there were the problems with employees working on the job who had failed security clearances, but Boeing failed to notice. Well, now there are even more bumps in the runway for Boeing as they continue preparing the two new flying White Houses for the 21st century. That's next on Maximus. Greetings everybody, Maximus here. Well, it's been a little while since my last Air Force One update, so I figured it was time for one. According to the website Defense One, a new government report reveals that Boeing is having trouble finding qualified aircraft mechanics to build the new twin Air Force One 747s due to a very competitive labor market. This comes as yet one more roadblock for Boeing as it tries to get the new Air Force One project back on track following multiple issues and hiccups that have delayed the project by at least 3 years and maybe more. Trouble in finding workers isn't unique to Boeing. Companies across the U.S. have been having a hard time finding employees for engineering positions, especially in a post-pandemic landscape. However, Boeing is in a unique position due to the fact that it needs skilled workers who can pass a comprehensive security clearance process in order to work on the top-secret aircraft which goes by the official Air Force moniker VC-25B. The U.S. Government Accountability Office, the GAO, mandates that employees must meet stringent security requirements to work on the VC-25B project because of its obvious mission of protecting the most powerful leader in the world. Air Force officials said that Boeing continues to work with the VC-25B program office to expedite the pre-screening process for applicants to ensure timely security clearance processing. However, Boeing has run into numerous problems converting the two already built 747-8 jetliners into a new flying White House. Boeing has recently publicly complained that it lost more than $1.1 billion on the project so far. Boeing has largely blamed the delays in building the two new jets on a subcontractor that was supposed to customize the plane's interiors and supply chain problems stemming from the pandemic. In March, the Air Force said in its 2023 budget request that the new planes are unlikely to fly a president until at least 2026. Defense One Online also pointed out that Boeing has lost $1.1 billion building the new planes, but taxpayers have been insulated from paying for the company's cost overruns. That's due to a contract negotiated by former President Trump that requires the company to pay for all of its overages. But recently, however, Boeing CEO David Calhoun lamented the deal, saying the company shouldn't have agreed to Trump's terms. Well, whose fault is that? Whether you like or hate Trump, that sounds like quite a shrewd business decision if you ask me. But getting back to Boeing's hiring problem. But even though Boeing has never explicitly stated it doesn't have enough workers for the two Air Force Ones under construction, Boeing has consistently advertised job openings for the project since 2020. In 2020, even while Boeing laid off 12,000 employees due to the pandemic, they still had job openings listed on their website for general aircraft mechanics, manufacturing engineers, and quality inspectors. And Boeing's website still has at least 11 openings specifically related to the Air Force One project. Other issues impacting the on-time completion of the two new 747s include a change in supplier for the interior accommodations, creating a solution for the complex wiring of the two aircraft, and completing necessary ground and flight tests on time. According to the GAO, the VC-25Bs have over 2,000 wire bundles consisting of over 200 miles of wire, which is more than double that of the standard commercial Boeing 747. According to the GAO report, the Air Force said that wiring must meet a broad set of complex requirements, from electrical protection to proper separation. They explained that Boeing is leveraging lessons learned from the Boeing-developed KC-46 tanker in order to avoid aircraft wiring issues with this project. According to the Air Force, while this takes more time, it increases their confidence in the wiring integration plans. The issue with losing the contractor for the interior accommodations for the aircraft was also a major source of the project delays. According to the GAO, the change in supplier for the interior accommodations caused Boeing to assess a delay of at least a year for the program. But Boeing isn't building the new Air Force Ones from scratch. The Air Force technically purchased the aircraft secondhand. As part of the cost-saving efforts, Boeing sold the government two 747-8 intercontinental aircraft that were built and intended to be delivered to a now-defunct Russian airline. Former Air Force Secretary Heather Wilson said, "We got a really good deal." The jets, which were selling for $390 million at the time of the deal, were being stored in the California desert awaiting new owners. So there you have it. You're all up to date on Boeing's latest headaches with the new Air Force One program. Well, that's all I have for now. As always, please let me know your thoughts down below. And I hope you would also please consider subscribing if you think I've earned it. And as always, on your way out, please be sure to like, share, and ring the bell. And remember, leave the rubber on the runway and your troubles on the ground. And I will see you next time in the air. Yeah, this is Maximus.